everyone. This is my first video, and since I'm passionate about national instruments, so I thought maybe since I'm gonna be doing some technology related stuff, so I said why not start with something national instruments. So for this video, I picked an myRIO, which I purchased a while ago and have done some projects. It has been widely used for robotics, but there are other applications too for this. And the other thing I'm using is a National Instruments multi-functional DAQ, which has analog input and output, as well as digital I/O and so on. Now, myRIO is a very powerful uh, processor in the sense that it has LabVIEW real time as well as FPGA on the processor. And as far as the input, it has analog input, it has analog output, it has DIO as well as accelerometer built in. So it's a pretty powerful mini computer, I would say. Anyway, so for this video, what I thought I would do is I have a board connected here, and what I'm doing is I'm taking analog output from the multi-function DAQ and sending it to the analog input on myRIO. So I don't have anything connected. Well, I do have the power connected, and I do have power connect. Well, it's disconnected right now. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and connect the power supply. I should say power, which is it's getting from my laptop. Actually, let me connect the myRIO first, and it my laptop should get a pop-up. Here we go. So it has detected myRIO, and second, I'm gonna connect multi-function DAQ. All right, so there should be another pop-up here. All right, so here is the pop-up for multifunctional DAQ. All right, so what I'm gonna do is since I'm setting, well, let's start with myRIO. So let me click on this. All right, so it found myRIO, so I'm gonna click on this. I do have password set up already on this, so let me type in my password. For some reason, okay, after having multiple issues, connection issues, and some other IP issues, I was able to get this working. And so I entered my password, and again, that password was only required because I've already set up for that. But by default, your username is admin, but there's no password. All right, so I named this is the name that I gave, so I'm gonna leave it as is. All right, so it brings you to this screen. You have your data from your accelerometer, which is built in. So if I were to shake it, those numbers would change accordingly, X, Y, and Z values. All right, so the other thing is that it has 4 LEDs. So I'm gonna, 2 are on by default and 2 are off. So I'm gonna turn these 2 off, and they powered off. And the other 2, if I power them on, they get powered on. So let me get the camera up close. All right, so I'm gonna do this again. Power off, power on, other LED, and so on. So next, and then I'll start my first project. All right. Now, when LabVIEW opens up, what I'm gonna do is, since I'm just gonna send a signal and read the signal on at the other end, so I'm gonna just launch IO monitor. And while that is launching, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna click on, this is the USB National Instruments multi-DAQ. I'm gonna go and go to test this device. All right, so this is myRIO again. So I'm gonna click this. And here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read the signal. So I'm gonna go to, all right. So I have it connected to 0, analog input 0. So I'm gonna click on analog input 0. And right now, basically, it's reading 0. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this to the left side. Then I'm gonna go here. This is the multi-function DAQ, and I'm gonna go to analog input. I'm sorry, output, and I'll start with the DC, and I'm gonna send it, let's say, 5 volts. Right. So as soon as I update, the value should change on myRIO. So it went from 0 to 5 volts DC. Now, if I wanted to send it as a sine wave, and so let's see, sine wave amplitude 5 volts. So now you have sine wave. All right, so I'm gonna stop this. So this is a very basic video, and again, like I said, this is my first video. I'm gonna just do basic stuff. I'm gonna follow up with more basic things using myRIO, and eventually I'll try to do some more advanced projects using the National Instruments equipment I have. All right, thank you.